Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So the first thing I want to say before I go into my personal reasons for why I don't have a normal type of job is that there is no shame in having a job if you are a working mom. I understand that not everybody makes the same choices, and there is absolutely no shame in that. So if you are a working mom, good for you, and I think that there is nothing wrong with having a job. One of the reasons why I don't have a normal type of job is that you can't just have a minimum wage job, at least not here in California, and expect to pay enough for your babysitter or daycare and have enough money left over for anything useful. I have already looked into daycare rates and babysitting jobs, and they all charge at least $16 an hour, which is minimum wage here in California, and possibly even more than that. So I don't see how you could do it with one minimum wage job. You would have to have several jobs that you are working, and I don't even know how that's feasible. So maybe for you that does, and maybe you've figured it out. Good for you. But for us personally, we've just had to evaluate what our priorities are, and we've just figured out that what works best for us is to have my husband work a full-time job, and right now his job is actually requiring him to have a lot of overtime, so we don't really have all that much time together. But that's what works best for us, is for him to just have the full-time job where he makes the bulk of the paycheck, and then I'm at home with our son, and I'm doing stuff on YouTube, as you are watching right now, which earns a little bit of money, but it's not super much right now because my channel is pretty small, but it's a little bit of something, and it helps to make a few purchases here and there. And thank you so much for all that you do to support this channel. It means the world to me, because this is my little job right here. This is what I'm doing as a job, and it's not what people normally think of as work, but it's becoming more common. And so this is what I have been treating as my job, because it's something I can do. My son is playing on the floor right now, so it's just something that I can do with him, and I don't have to worry about having a babysitter. It's not at all a religious thing for me. I know for some people, maybe they think that women shouldn't have jobs. I know that's how I was raised. I was actually raised with the idea that women should not work outside of the home, and that women should only be keepers of the home, and that women should only do housework. And as a teenager, I wasn't allowed to have a job besides cleaning or babysitting or something like that. But that's not at all the reasoning behind my choice. I just prefer to stay at home with him instead of working 3 jobs. I would just prefer to be with my son all the time, and that's what my priority is right now. And the way that we make it with only one income from my husband is that we hold to a very strict budget. As you may have seen in one of my recent videos, I shared our grocery budget. And another thing is that since we live in a camper and we have somebody who is generously giving us a very low rate, I'm not going to give any details, but they have been so kind as to give us a lower rate than other places. But even if you live in an RV park in California, it only costs, I'm gonna say, $700 to $1,000 per month, depending on the area. So if you want to have cheaper rent in California, the way to go is an RV, because our apartments are insanely expensive, and houses. We feel like this right now is the solution to this season. Yeah, we find this to be something that works well for us right now. Some people also might say that you could just get an education in order to get a higher paying job, but I guess for me it's just not worth paying thousands of dollars for an education in order to get a high-paying job, because that's not really my long-term goal anyways. I would like to have more kids, and I would like to be a stay-at-home mom for the rest of my life and just work on things at home. that's what I prefer. That's just what I want to do, and maybe that's not what everybody chooses, and that's totally fine. There is no rule, there's no black and white way that everybody has to follow. This is just my choice and what I prefer. And also, if you would have a family member such as a grandma or a sister or somebody who was able to watch your kid for free or for a lower rate, you could possibly do that and make it work. But I guess just for me, I don't have any family members around me who are free. They all have their own things that they do, or their own kids. They're not able to watch Liam all the time, which is actually fine with me, but I guess that would be one way that would work if you wanted to have some family members watch your kid. And we definitely have long-term dreams and visions and goals, and we don't want to stay in this season that we're in currently for a long time. And we believe that God has a plan for us, and that's why He's brought us here to California. So we are excited to see what God is going to do. And thank you so much for being here. And if you are a working mom, good for you. And like, there's a lot of different ways you can make it work, but this is just my personal choice. And thank you so much again for being here, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.